Hi everyone, I'd like to give you some tips and tricks on how to do some research in databases. So first we're going to go to the left menu links under Libraries. Click in Open New Tab. You'll put in your Atlas credentials and then you will wind up at this page. So while it's loading, I'm going to look at essay number 2 and learn what I'm supposed to do. So let's say I chose something to do with a charity supporting veterans, and I'm really interested in looking at how they help veterans with PTSD, how this organization helps with PTSD. And so one of the things I need to identify are challenges, issues, problems that the organization is addressing. So for me, I'm looking at symptoms of PTSD. So these are challenges that veterans face. Okay, so I noticed that they're having issues with PTSD, with anxiety, and I want to learn more about how this organization helps them alleviate anxiety. So in my search, I'm going to go to the databases. Do not type anything here because this is looking for books in the library, and we want databases. So I'm going to click here. And in this handout, I do give some information on some of the organizations you can look up and some ideas on conducting the research and some helpful databases. So I'm going to just kind of look up America's News. Even though I'm not doing it on this, I figured there's got to talk about something with PTSD in our newspapers in America. And so in the databases, America's News. And here are some tips for databases. First thing you want to do in any database is always look for more search options. So you want more than one of these fields. If there is something that says at the bottom, full text, click full text, because then you'll get full articles instead of little small bits of an article. So look around to see if there's anything for full text. Always do an all text search. Usually there's a plus button that you can add a field. Now I'm just going to put in some keywords. Now when I search, there are a couple other things you want to look for on the side. Always try to go with best match. And always try to change the date. So you want the most recent years, maybe the last 5. So I'm going to pull it up even more, probably somewhere around here. And so I'm choosing best matches first in this time frame. Now I have 7,200 results, but some more things to look at is they've broken it down into the type of source. And I don't want newsletters or, you can look at a video if you want to, but I'm going to look at newspapers. And once I've narrowed it down a little bit more, I still have it on best matches first. So this one has something to do with service dogs, but my organization doesn't use service dogs. I'm just trying to learn what the problem is, and that's just anxiety with PTSD. So I'm just going to keep looking. This is part of what it takes. So this has to do with anxiety. It just came out not too long ago. And this is another one, interestingly enough. So I'm not looking up my name in the organization. I'm just looking up what the problem is. So I just want to learn what is the problem with PTSD and anxiety in veterans. And all I want is information about that problem. And on the organization's website, that's where I'll learn where they help with the programs. Here I'm just trying to learn the problem. And it's just highlighting some of the words for me. And, this might be something to look at. But once I find an article, a couple other things to do. Don't cite the source here. Use the library guides. But you can definitely email it to yourself, print it out, download it. Definitely make sure you remember that this article came from America's News. I would definitely do two things, probably print it and download it, but definitely save it twice. I do want to share these tips and tricks with you on how to do database searches because it's really important to not get frustrated. It might take you a while to find the information you need in a combination of words. And every database has different options. So like this is Academic One file. They already give you the 3 fields and keyword search. Notice that it's already got full text marked. And if I were to put these 3 things in here again, you might get totally different results. So if one database isn't working for you, you might want to try a different one. Notice here, they've got them broken down up here instead, and they only have a few. We're not looking at 60,000 articles, so it's a little easier to digest. I want to look at newspaper articles. I want to sort it by relevance. You can also sort it by newest. Poke around on the side to see if they've given you some publication dates to filter out the years. So maybe I want to do it from 2018 to today. So that might help narrow down searches. This one has to do with suicide. If that's part of the problem and the organization is helping with suicide, maybe this is a separate point that I want to make in my essay. But I'm really looking for anxiety, and so I have to kind of look for that. There it is. Okay? And while it's from 2016, it's still talking about what the problem is, and it's not too old. So here I have 2 separate database articles on the same thing. This is the citation for it, but definitely compare it to the library database MLA format because they're already not capitalizing the name, the words in the title, which I know you need to do because it's a title. So definitely compare this to what the library guide is that I would like you to use. So don't just copy and paste this citation. So just a couple of ways to look at it. Remember, you can download it, email it, save it, put it on a Google Drive. Each database has different ways that they organize their searches, but they always have this ability for you to toggle between different kinds of sources, narrow it down by publication years, always check full text documents if it's there, and definitely download the article. And remember which database it came from. Very important for MLA. Thanks so much for watching. If you need help, book an appointment with me, talk to people in the Writing Center, ask for help from your librarian right here. You can do that too. So the databases search is here. Eventually you'll get to MLA and asking a librarian all in the same spot. Thanks so much for watching once again. Have a great day.